Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Hasbro Pulse had some announcements, and while I should be showing pictures of them, YouTube can just be really nasty with copyright for people they don't like. So I just want to show the originals and my issues with some of them. But yeah, so they did a Springer, and I'm very confused because, I mean, I just got this yesterday, and I didn't think they were doing the movie coloured studio series version anytime soon. So of course the day I finally give in and buy a Siege one, even though it's got all the battle damage on it. I don't even get to enjoy this for a day before the new better one comes out. But then when I looked at it, it said that it was a leader class and it was 8.5 inches, and I'm like, well, that's way too big. I don't want him. He's bigger than Galvatron. He's the same size as Ultra Magnus. What the hell? So I'm like, well, I'm glad I got this now. I wouldn't have, if I'd waited for the other one, I just would have been disappointed. But then I'm seeing people picture it with this version, except it's it's coloured in the original colours with the grey and all that up here, and it's the same size. And I'm like, what? So Hasbro has the wrong side on their Hasbro Pulse site. They've got it listed as 8.5 inches when it's really only like 6. I don't know, it's confusing, but I'm kind of happy with this one. But if it is the same size, I'm going to want the I'm going to end up buying the other one as well. I know it, but this will tide me over for a while. Now Bumblebee. Now this is I think it's Earth Force. I don't know which one it is. I bought it out of the box because it was about $50 less than the ones in the box. I do occasionally do that because I'm not particularly excited about the boxes these guys come in, because they're a weird shape and they don't stack well and they don't flatten well, and they only have a little bit of art. So I got it out of the box. But there's a few little issues with it. The shape of the roof is ridiculous. It looks a little bit like the animated one. Looked a little warped at times. It doesn't look like a real beetle, and people are speculating that, well, they didn't want to pay the licensing for the real beetle, so they just made up sort of a different version. So I've got the not Hasbro Masterpiece one, which it looks more like this, in that he's got the little yellow underwear, and some people have complained that his feet come up really high, and they do a little bit. What I like most about the new one is it's a brighter yellow. So these ones are that really orangey yellow colour, which I'm not hugely fond of. They did another version, more modern version, which looks a bit more like it's got the blue windscreens like it should have, and they'd made black windscreens, which are not cartoon accurate, but apparently they couldn't work out how to transform it without some of the black showing and being used to make up the windows, so they had to go with black. And I'm like, okay. But like this one, it's just a nicer colour, and he doesn't have the little yellow underwear. But you know, whatever. So I'm kind of happy with that one. It's kind of interesting. It's just the chest just looks a bit chunky, but this one is weird. So this is the original, oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. Anyway, it looks really bad, but then I realise it's because of the scale, because it's tiny, because it's this size. I'm like, why are they making them so small? They look ridiculous. Like, here's the original eject, and that's the new eject that came in Blaster, because it's got to fit inside Blaster, and Blaster has a small chest. I'm like, well, why don't they make them really thick or something so they can make up the volume that way, but and have his chest being really deep, but they don't. So it's a line, so it's probably about that size. So yeah, and they don't show the other side in the pictures. I think they show the non-cassette side, so it's a bit of a mess. But he does have his little torpedoes, or what laces or whatever they are, wings or whatever, that actually, they're yellow, because I wanted the silver ones. You've got the silver ones. I wanted the gold ones. He's a gold and they fold in. So I don't know, I'll probably end up getting it in the long run to have all the cassettes to go with Blaster, but it's so small it kind of looks really dinky. The last one, I've got Galvatron here. You may think, why have you got Galvatron here? Well, because Straxus, which was the one I was really excited to see, a Straxus. I'm like, oh my god, it's Straxus. I remember him from the comics. I always wanted a Straxus. And I thought, what's that backpack behind his head? What's that about? And I'm like, I don't remember him having that. I remember his head being really prominent in the shape and everything. And then I found out it's basically a recolored Galvatron. And he's got these big things here. I'm like, why didn't they make him just... Why didn't they just remove these? Like, why do you need these on here for Straxus? It'd make him look less like Galvatron are more like Straxus if he didn't have these, and they're not a part of this piece, so why not just remove it? I have no idea why they included them. But he turns into a similar sort of giant flying cannon sort of thing. I'm not quite sure if he's had two robot forms in the comics. I can't remember what the other one was. But I mean, his head sculpt looks good, the colouring looks good, and without these, you would almost, you know, not realise that it is Galvatron, and you can forget that it was Galvatron. Why they reuse characters like that and just put different heads on them? Sometimes it works if they've got a basic sort of form, but these are so specific to Galvatron that I don't know how they thought they could disguise them. But either way, I just want to talk about the new ones, even though I don't have any of them, and I don't want to show any of the photos. You know what they look like, you've looked at them, but I just want to know what people think. So yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the whole Hasbro Pulse reveal.